Hey everyone, and welcome back to Riding with Rob. And today, I'm not doing a show about rims and tires. That's what my initial thought was. I was going to discuss the advantages of different size rims, but today, I had such a huge response from my video about the Subaru BRZ that I thought I'd do another car review. Um, the car we're going to talk about today is the new Dodge Dart. Now, the Dodge Dart is another one of these cars that's being brought over from Europe and adapted to, American styling, which basically means big comfy seats and no suspension. Now, my initial thoughts on the Dodge Dart is that it is a good-looking car. The front end is very nice and sleek. The rear, they've adapted the tail lights over from the new Charger, which I really liked. I thought those were very cool, and they look cool on the smaller car as well. The interior styling looks great. I haven't had the pleasure of sitting in one yet, and I'm pretty sure most of you haven't either. I did get to see one up and close at the auto show this year, but that's neither here nor there. The interior looks good. I always like it when companies kind of angle everything to make more of a cockpit for the driver. I definitely like driver-oriented cars. You can get it in a couple different trims, and performance-wise, you can get the 2-liter naturally aspirated, which makes 160 horsepower, or you can get the 1.4-liter turbo, which makes 160 horsepower. So why on earth would you pay the extra money for the turbo version? Well, the turbo version is going to make more torque over a wider power band because it's turbo. There was a test done by Motor Trend where they put in the 2-liter automatic versus the 1.4-liter manual. Now, I'm not a big fan when they do that kind of thing because the automatic is always going to lose. The automatics always suck out more power than the manual transmissions do. Now, the automatic 2-liter 0 to 60 time is a horrendous 9.9 seconds, almost 10 seconds to get from 0 to 60. And the 1.4-liter at least is a little bit better with an 8.8 0 to 60. Quarter mile times haven't been released yet, but I'm sure they're going to be, well, slow. The Dodge Dart is very similar, I suppose, to the Chevy Cruze, where they have a turbo version of the Chevy Cruze, and these cars, even though they're turbo, are not performance cars. They are daily driver cars. And the reason, I say this isn't because, they don't accelerate good or whatever. It's because, whoa, yellow light. I hate this stoplight. This one always gets me. But the reason why they're daily driver cars and not performance cars is basically because the engines aren't made for 0 to 60 times. The engines aren't made for quarter mile times. The suspension isn't there. It's not an autocross car. You're not going to be taking this to your local autocross competition anytime soon. They are made for that mid-range, 30 to 60 pull. That's what they're made for. They are made for passing people on the highway and getting up to highway speeds from non-highway speeds. So really what you're getting is a good-looking car that's a decent daily driver. And if that's what you're looking for, I would definitely recommend the Dart over the Chevy Cruze. The reason being is, having driven the Chevy Cruze, there's a lot of stuff I did not like about it. The seats, for instance, the seats were very uncomfortable. The interior styling is that standard GM kind of swoop down to the middle, and there's just buttons littered everywhere. Even the steering wheel has a bunch of very confusing buttons. I find myself trying to set the cruise control and instead turning up the radio or switching stations or there's, I don't know what else the buttons do. There's one that scrolls and changes the information on the digital display, and I didn't like it. The display on the Dodge Dart definitely looks a lot better than the Chevy Cruze. I do like that the gauges are nice, orange and red. I think it looks very cool. The digital display is in color from the pictures that I've seen. I haven't seen the actual release one, but from the pictures I've seen, they have, a color display, which is also nice. Now, to me, definitely not the best choice if you're going for a compact four-door car to daily drive. The gas mileage is, in the mid to upper 30s, which, same as the Chevy Cruze. The Chevy Cruze supposedly can get up to 40 miles per gallon. Really, why would you buy either one of these cars when you have the option of the Mazda 3 or the Lancer by Mitsubishi? Both of these cars come in a sport trim and a non-sport trim. They're both a lot of fun to drive. You can get them in automatic or manual. I would recommend manual. I believe that both of them are less expensive than the Cruze or the Dart, and they still get, mid-30s gas mileage without sacrificing a good suspension and ride quality, quality interior, and that sort of thing. Not to say that the Dodge Dart doesn't have a quality interior. From the looks of it, it looks great, but from what I expect out of an American company, you're going to get a very plasticky, very cheap-looking interior. Now, Fiat did take over Chrysler, so Fiat is now responsible, and they may, take that interior quality of the Dodge Dart and bring it up a notch. But as far as the Chevy Cruze goes, it definitely did not get the same attention that a lot of these other cars did. So the Dodge Dart definitely looks good. Performance-wise, it's not there. It's a daily driver car. It's made to look good inside and outside, and that's pretty much it. You can get a 6-speed manual, which I'd like, and I would definitely recommend that you do. I have a feeling that the 0 to 60 time of that 2-liter would be a hell of a lot better with a manual than it would be with an automatic. So the Dodge Dart looks good, and that's about all I can say about it. It's definitely not a performer. It's definitely a daily driver. Keep your eye on it. It's going to be coming out pretty soon here, and hopefully we'll see some other cool things from Fiat coming out through Dodge and Chrysler. The Chrysler 200 looks good. Looking forward to getting to take a closer look at that, and yeah. I'll catch you next time, and we'll talk about some more cars. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for my one subscriber. You are awesome. And real quick, I got 3 dislikes. I just want to say, I really would love to know at what point you're watching my video and went, man, fuck this dude, I hate him so much. I definitely thought that was hilarious. Put a smile on my face. So thank you for the dislikes. Keep them coming. Comments, questions, leave them for me. Email me. Yeah, we'll get back to it tomorrow and another drive to work. Thanks for tuning in.